It's a pleasure and an honor to meet you,
Thank you.
Bryan. First of all, let's start with just a general, feeling about what this whole experience has meant to you.
Yeah, well, it's been really wonderful. I never imagined during the years that I was going to death row, standing with condemned people, trying to help people who've been wrongly convicted and unfairly sentenced, that that work would ever be the subject of a major motion picture. But it's been very gratifying to be part of this process and to now be able to share with people this story. I've always believed that if people saw what I see on a regular basis, they'd want the same things I want. And through the power of art, through the power of cinema, we now have the opportunity to kind of get people closer. And I just think people will be more motivated to care about the plight of people wrongly convicted. We have thousands of innocent people in our jails and prisons in America. And we need more fairness. We need greater reliability. We need the kind of equality and justice that we talk about to be actualized. And I'm hoping that the film inspires people to get active in achieving those things.
From your point of view, seeing your life on the big screen, and obviously it's not a documentary, it is a film. Are you able to take a bit of distance and be, an audience member, or it's too close?
Well, it's interesting. The first time I saw a cut, I don't think I breathed for the entire film, which just because I was very apprehensive. And for me, it was just getting it right, not distorting something, not compromising on the truth about the people I work with or about the nature of the work. The second time I saw it, I was able to kind of step back a little bit and experience it as a viewer, and I've obviously seen it a lot more since then. And it's, I've come to appreciate the craft, the artistry. Michael B. does an amazing job, Jamie Foxx, Rob Morgan, Tim Blake Nelson, Bree. They all do a wonderful job of just bringing the humanity and the dignity of the people I've worked with to life. And that's the important thing. And when you see it and you can touch it, I just think it has an impact that it wouldn't otherwise have. So I've come to really appreciate it as a piece of art, as a piece of craft and skill.
Which it absolutely is.
Thank you.
The Toronto Film Festival was the first time that an audience had this 8-minute ovation for it. It was a beautiful moment.
Yes, it was wonderful. I was really moved by that. And it's, because you don't get a lot of movies like this, frankly, in Hollywood. And, we didn't do the things that you often see in these films that are made to make them more acceptable, more entertaining. And so it was very affirming to have that kind of response. And we've just opened in America last Friday, and it's been incredible, the kind of feedback that we're getting. We're just being inundated with emails and calls from people who are expressing such gratitude for seeing the story.
Oh, because someone just very recently mentioned to me that, people like you are very inspiring.
Yeah.
Seeing stories like that are very engaging.
Yeah.
From your point of view, you're hoping that there'll be more people like you in this world.
Yeah, I think that there's so much that we can all be doing to make a difference. I think we're at this moment where there's this rise in the politics of fear and anger, and you hear a lot of rhetoric, and people are being demonized and otherized, and there's a lot of just sort of animosity directed at people who are disfavored. And Walter McMillan in this story is wrongly convicted because he lived in a community where fear and anger shaped the judgments and behaviors of people, and he ended up being an innocent person on death row who was almost executed. And we have to understand the threat that's posed when we allow ourselves to live through fear and anger. And so I do hope that people will see this film and be inspired to think more critically about what justice requires, what fairness requires. And I would love to see more stories like this, because there are certainly more people like Walter McMillan. And that is my hope, is that we can motivate people to care more about equality, about justice, about fairness in our system.